Hello and welcome to Saturday by Night. This is the Story Speakers Guild bringing you roleplay entertainment, and we're here to play Vampire.
Woo!
Huzzah! We got Wookiees now.
So before we dive into tonight's game, I did want to make a bit of an announcement. Next weekend we're going to be running a special event. We're doing an Extra Life gaming marathon. You may have heard about these before, but basically from 8 a.m. next Saturday Central Time to 8 a.m. on Sunday, also Central Time, we'll be running all kinds of games. We're going to try to keep things going for, well, it would normally be 24 hours because we have the time change as well. It is actually 25 hours, so you get a bonus hour of gaming and content from us. And we're going to have people kind of jumping in and out of various games. And we'll be sleep deprived, so I'm sure it will go horribly awry at some point. But we're hoping that you'll join us. We'll try to figure out, if anybody is so kind as to donate, we'll have information for that. And we're hoping that we get to see you there.
I do my best work when sleep deprived.
Of course you do.
I get very, very silly when sleep deprived, so I'm thinking about, you know what? If we really put in some time, Ryan, what we could do when we're all fucking sleep deprived, we could do a topsy turvy game and do our first playtest of it. But we'd really have to put in some work this week.
Well, we'll see what we get. I wouldn't mind working on Topsy Turvy.
Well, we'll have to see. We'll see how the week goes. But anyway, we're here for Vampire. So let's see. The last time we were all together. Oh man, it's been a while, guys. So help me remember. Feel free to kick in. But you guys found out that James got actually put on the council. The big vote finally happened. You were asked to investigate Santos. There's some concern about what contacts she's made for like the side jobs that she's taking. Normally the prince kind of turns a blind eye, but they've been into some interesting things lately that have potentially caught some negative interest, we'll say. Is there anything else that I'm forgetting? Well, let's see. So, Bob, do you want to kind of touch on the big event for you?
Yeah, I attempted to become. What is it called?
Primogen. Yep.
Yeah, I'm making a move to become Primogen of the Ventru since I don't feel it's right that the Ventru don't have a seat at the table. And being a descendant of Loden, there's no one more qualified for that position.
Very nice. I'm proud of you. That wasn't sarcastic. I'm actually proud. I was just talking with Devil and Ryan earlier about how I wanted people to bring their lore sheets into game a little bit more. So that fits right in. Is there anything else that we haven't covered that's worth calling out before we dive into tonight?
I do not believe so.
No, not really.
All right. So
Well, there was the premonition stuff. Might want to recap on that, though. I think only one person knows that in character.
Yeah, I think that was just you who actually knows. So,
Well, no.
Devil also told me.
Yeah.
so it's up to you guys if you want to share that.
No, I'll leave it up to Finn.
All right. So Jessica shared that with me that she had a vision. Let me look exactly at what I wrote about.
Good, because sometimes I accidentally reveal extra stuff when I do this.
So my notes about it as Jessica has told me about a vision she has had that caused her not to trust her Primogen or James Garrett.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, so your visions have kind of given you this indication of kind of like dark energy around them. It's not I don't think it's been super clear exactly what's going on, but it's enough that you've kind of gotten the heebie-jeebies around these guys.
There's one bit of information I haven't told anybody. Actually, there might be two bits of information I haven't told people. But yeah, the main thing is pretty much out there, I think, with Joseph.
Yeah. And that's okay if you have some secrets. It's pretty common for vampires to have secrets. So, S- go ahead,
I
right?
was gonna ask for rouse checks.
Well, you're not the boss, mister.
Well, I meant to ask if you asked.
Yes, I don't need to do a rouse check.
Oh, I thought you were asking if I thought you were asking everybody to do it. I thought you forgot that you're not running this
No,
one.
no. I wanted to.
It's been so long that you've run all the games. I thought it was maybe it's just like you forgot.
No, I just want to know if I can make a rouse check.
You can. I was just gonna give a little like flavor for the
No,
night.
give the flavor first. Then I will rouse from my slumber.
We literally clicked at the same time as I was about to get started. So, you guys wake up. It's it's a week after the last time that we came together. Um, and it has really gotten a lot colder. As you wake up, your blood feels stiff and cold. I mean, obviously it always is, but it's a little bit extra tonight. The cold is kind of creeped in a little bit. You can hear rain, high wind outside blowing things around. It's starting to feel like fall. Go ahead and make your rouse checks.
Do I ever get hungry?
Oh, I didn't see them popping up, and I was like really confused what you guys were all doing. I was like, when are they gonna roll it? My
It's not.
roll
It's
20
not
wasn't
making a sound.
scrolling. Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, what is going on? Did everybody step away? Wow, look at you guys. You all wake up and I think the cold has the beast a little bit sleepy in your veins, and you have clarity tonight, clear control over your actions and your thoughts. The beast is at bay for now. So, you guys were recently tasked with investigating Santos. What are you doing?
I check my phone for any messages from Anita.
You know what? You have a text.
Alright, I take a look.
Have a lead on your request. Trying to work things out. Next Saturday, okay? Question mark.
That'll work out, as long as I don't figure it out during whatever investigations I do tonight. That's what I text back.
After a minute or two, you get another text back. Good connection either way.
Yep.
We'll update later.
Alright. Next, I'm gonna call Jessica.
Bring, bring.
Hello?
How are you doing tonight, Jessica?
Do you have an hour?
Technically many, but I'd like to meet up before that hour.
Oh, well, I'm doing fine then.
Understood.
To be more specific, I'm doing fine, but the gerbils in the attic are kind of making a bit of noise, and it kept me up during the day.
I once heard of a great deal of squirrel problems in Canada, I can understand.
Hmm.
Would you like to meet up? I'll probably need to call the others too. We should see what we can figure out about this scourge.
Scourge meeting up. Sounds great. Yeah. I'm guessing you wanted to meet in before an hour? But, after this call?
Yes.
All right. We have established we know how time works. All right. Where are we meeting? You know what? I'll figure it out. I'll see you soon.
Wait, Jessica, where do you want to meet?
Wait. I said I'd figured it out.
Alright. I hang up.
All right. I try to figure out where we're meeting. I'm assuming I need to make a roll for that.
Yeah, you're gonna roll your
Premonition.
What have we been using for this? Yeah, your premonition.
Resolve and discipline.
And I forget, do you have to rouse the blood for that one?
I don't think so. I will double check, however. Free or one rouse check, so it's up to the DM, but yeah, I think I do have to rouse the blood.
Hello.
Oh, well, hello there.
Well, hello, Cappy.
Hey, I'll get hungry. It's worth it. RP.
Ooh. So as you start kind of tapping into your special vision, you feel your blood really start to wake up, and as it does, the beast notices. He's clawing at your chest. You're hungry.
Lovely. I envision petting the beast, going, "Shh, my precious, precious, tell me your secrets."
So, how hungry are you? Are you? You don't have to reveal an exact number if you don't want to, but
Yeah.
just
I'm not hungry. I'm good.
Okay. So you rolled your premonition. Yeah, I feel like 3 successes is pretty good. And I'm guessing you're pulling out your laptop to do this, right?
Oh yeah. Well, no, I'm pulling out the invisible digital, phone GPS connection to it. It's got a string to the backpack I'm not wearing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, you bring up your little phone, kind of attachment thing, and you're pressing buttons on the screen. Beep boop 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 boop, and you know, uh, like in video games, I think we've done this analogy before, but in case we have any new viewers, how there's like the quest line that kind of shows you where you're supposed to go. You essentially see that unfolding in front of you as you enter in, like I don't know, whatever you can give the flavor of like what you want to enter and stuff like that. But that'll be the result of that.
Shiny gold spinning rings that I collect as I go. And sometimes I'll eat the cherries on the way.
There you go. So that's what you're seeing in front of you.
Lovely.
In reality, people see you like just grasping at the air. You're like chewing like random bits of things you find on the ground that you think are cherries. I ripped it really badly. Sorry. And Cappy, as Rick wakes up, it's a cold night. It's rainy. It's windy. You can feel fall setting into your bones, and the beast likes it. The beast wants to run in the forest, wants to hunt something, take it down. It gnaws at your stomach. You're hungry and you want to hunt. You feel antsy.
Not now.
Ants are
Got
probably
things
what
to
I have
do.
in my mouth. Sorry.
Much as I would
Probably.
like to, I got things to do. Cannot indulge you right now. Go away, go away, go away.
So, we have Jessica following a trail of golden coins, presumably leading her to Joseph. Hopefully. Joseph, what are you doing?
Well, assuming that Jessica will find me, and I guess I can't remember if I have Mom or Bob's phone number, but calling one of them.
Yeah, everybody has my phone number.
I believe you all exchanged information when you went to investigate the meeting with Veronica because you split off into various groups.
The
So I
question
believe you
is
all have contact.
are my numbers in the right order?
That's true. And can you even read them?
No, I can't read them. We've covered that one.
So, alright, I will call you then, Bob. I will call Victor.
Hello.
Hello, Victor.
Yes, good evening, my friend. What can I do?
Well, I was thinking we would all meet up, discuss this thing that Mr. Garrett has decided we should look into.
Yes, the inimitable Mr. Garrett. Yes, have you decided where, or would you all care to meet here?
Oh? I suppose your place is as good as any other.
I just want to say this is perfect because that's where I was going to have Jessica be led to. I thought it was the most likely place
So-
you guys were going to pick. So this actually
am
worked out
probably-
super well.
I am probably knocking on his door right now.
I'm probably already there anyway.
Yeah, so actually, before you quite get there, Joseph is, or no, you're still on the call, right? So, Joseph isn't there yet, but Jessica, that's right, because I believe you actually don't live terribly far from,
I'm right next door.
Victor. Right, exactly. So, but the thing is, your trail didn't just take you next door. You went, like, down the block, you took a right for a little while, and then you took another right for a little while, and then you took another right, and finally you come back around.
Okay, makes sense.
So Bob, as you're on the phone, at some point, whichever room you're in, you end up walking by a window, and as you look outside, like as you're talking to Joseph, and he, like, pretty much as he's saying that we might as well meet at your house, it seems like the best place. You see Jessica reaching down, grasping at nothing near the ground, not quite on the ground, but near the ground, and coming up. Every once in a while, she picks up like an ant or a stone, or a piece of gum, something off the ground, and eats it. But she's clearly kind of winding her way near in the direction of your house.
Okay. Have you spoken to that odd girl, Jessica, this evening?
Yes, I called her first. She said she'd figure out where we were going. Did she?
Apparently, she's, not sure what she's doing. She seems to be picking things up off the street and eating them. But, she's in front of my house.
That sounds like her. Yeah. Just invite her in, it's fine.
Very well, then. I will see you shortly, then.
Yep. And with that, since I have no one else I can really call that I can think of, I am going to hop onto the train.
You aren't going to contact Rick.
Rick lives
Yes?
with Bob.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He's in the guest house. I forgot. And I imagine I'm gonna drop a hint here, Victor, that you would want to call Carlotta, right?
Oh, I suppose if I must.
Really?
Damn.
Well, since she just said I gotta sleep sometime, yeah, I called Jessica. Jessica, my darling.
No, Carlotta.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Carlotta, my darling.
Yes.
Apparently, we're all meeting up at my place this evening. Are you able to attend?
Yes, I will definitely be there. Yeah, because I just want.
Yes, and we still have our little problem. We have to decide how to fix that.
Okay, would you like me to get there earlier then?
You can come over now that Jessica is already here. Well,
Okay.
to be fair, she's outside picking things up off the street and eating them, it appears.
Oh.
I don't know.
Huh. Unique. Okay,
That's a word.
I'm going to get my driver to bring me over now. I
No
should be
problem,
there
Dave.
shortly.
Very well, dear. I'll see you shortly.
And Jessica, right about this time, just before Victor gets off the phone, your I think you said golden path or golden coin path leads
Golden
you
rings.
golden rings. There we go, not coins. Thank you. Which is weird because I was totally picturing rings and it came out coins. But anyway, it brings you right up to a door. You're really excited.
Awesome. I try to open it.
Bob, do you keep your door locked?
Yeah. And I have a butler who answers my door, so Jameson would be answering.
You know what? Devil, I want you to roll something, but let me figure it out. I want you to roll. Man, none of these really fit what I'm trying to do.
There really needs to be a random.
Yeah, I know. I wish there was just like a random element. That's why you should join us for our Topsy Turvy if we really do get it put together, because it's very much a random game. But I think because it's about the closest thing to what I want to do, if you could do another premonition check, but you don't need to do a rouse.
All right.
Oh man. So as you reach for it, it seems locked, but then you're like you kind of look at it, and the in Alice in Wonderland how there's like the door handle, the doorknob that talks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what's kind of happening right now. It's not quite as exaggerated with the whole like mouth showing up and everything, but you do hear the doorknob speaking to you, and it's like just give it one more turn. And in actuality, you're shaking the fuck out of this door, and you end up breaking the lock, kinda. And so you manage to open it, but in your mind, it's just that it's like inviting you to turn it one more time, and it releases for you.
All right.
So Bob, you have a broken door now.
Be our guest.
Wonderful.
Be our guest.
So yeah, I'll go inside and thank the doorknob profusely.
Oh, you're a most welcomed guest. Of course, I'll let you in anytime.
Lovely. I'll keep that in mind.
And then you're convinced that it's gone back to sleep.
Okay. It patted on its head and walk into the manor.
A butler comes fucking running, like red faced, like look of shock, and he's like, "What? I locked that door."
It's fine. I was invited in.
What? But by master?
No, by the door.
Oh, I see. If you would follow me, I will bring you to. God damn it!
The study.
I'll bring you to I'll bring you to the study where you can meet with Victor.
Oh, lovely.
A wearisome look comes onto his face as he realizes who you are.
Somebody should give that door some rest, though. It seems pretty tired.
I'd probably be making my way to the study as well. Well, I imagine I heard the ruckus from the door, because I bet that wasn't very quiet.
Yeah, you probably did hear it if you were in the house. Bob, you may have even heard it as well. You might not have known what it was, but you probably heard, you know, kind of a ruckus.
Yeah, and I would have been able to probably guess the cause of it, if not the exact act.
Probably. It's either that savage, the gangrel that lives with you, or the crazy one who was wandering outside recently. Those are your best guesses.
Or it was the butler. You never know. The butler could have done it.
So a little bit later, you guys probably have all joined in the study by the time that Joseph unless you were already in the city, Joseph.
No, I told you I took the train.
Right, that's right. You did say that. So yeah, you guys kind of all. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Because I forgot we didn't actually introduce you coming to the house either, and you would probably make it before Ryan.
And Carlotta walks up to the now broken door, but nonetheless,
To be
she
fair,
knocks.
To be fair, it's only the lock that's broken.
Yeah, the door's still there. It just doesn't quite stay closed really well now, and you can't lock it.
It's just
So as you so as you knock, it actually like slightly opens.
So Carlotta calls, "Hello."
A red face appears in the gap between the door and the door jamb. It's the butler. Yes, I'm right here. I can hear you.
Love. I'm here to meet Victor.
Well, you might as well come right on in, as it's apparently just, you know, open to the public nowadays. And he opens the door.
Carlotta looks at him, puzzles about it, but shrugs her shoulders and follows him.
My apologies, Carlotta. I can't believe that somebody would disrespect Victor's home like this.
That's quite all right. I'm sure there is a story involved here.
Do I really need to explain it? The Melkanian he hangs out with showed up and just, you know, instead of knocking, just forced her way in.
Ah, are we talking about Jessica?
I guess that's her name. I'm not sure.
Well, that's quite understandable. I was right. There's a story. All right, lead on.
So he leads you over to the study with, again, kind of an annoyed look on his face, though you don't really notice it unless you're particularly looking to see his reaction.
Victor, thank you for inviting me. And it's certainly good to see you, Tessa.
Hi there. Did you talk with the door?
Well, it looked like somebody had given the door a good talking.
Oh,
Hello.
yeah, it was very nice. It was very respectful. I mean, I had a great conversation.
Carlotta is truly amused and charmed. Hello, Rick.
Hello. Valley, when you see Rick, his hair is not even remotely combed and his clothes are wrinkly as hell. He just doesn't care.
He's wearing socks with sandals. You are disgusting.
He's from Washington.
Seriously though, Mom, you are kind of disgusted at how disheveled he is.
If I can't be dirty, I gotta make my look somehow.
Well, did they catch you in retirement, Rick?
No, that's. He seems to think this is acceptable uh, in company, in mixed company.
Well, I guess if we were on excavation, maybe it would.
I know, right? He should wear so much less.
Well, you said I can't be dirty, but I gotta be me somehow.
No, you don't. You should at least attempt to what's the word I'm looking for? Portray an outer cleanliness, whether you are in a your inner being, as it were, is a disheveled mess. You should at least appear on the outside different.
Your clothes are clean though; they're just wrinkly.
To be fair, he does appear different.
Right about now, Joseph, you arrive at the door.
All right. So since we are given such great fashion displays today,
What? What?
all right. So I'm wearing an uncollared, fancy red T-shirt made out of a silky-like material, some black jeans, and some nice steel-toed boots.
I didn't describe myself earlier, but it's the same sort of style as before, the tank top and scarf with miniskirt. And it's like a thick scarf too. It's like what?
So is the door open still, or what's up with this door?
So the door closes over, but any slight pressure will cause it to start swinging open a little bit. So if you like come up and knock at the door, the same thing would happen with you, where it like swings open just a little bit.
All right, I knock on the door.
And the butler opens the door. He is a little less red than what we would have seen before, but he's still clearly upset. Um, and as he opens the door, he's like, "Yes."
I need to see Victor.
I see we're having a busy household tonight. Come on in if you like.
All right. So I come on in.
After you come in and you've taken a few steps in, um, if you're paying attention to the butler at all, you see that he notices like a chair nearby and places it. He like runs over, grabs it, places it in front of the door, and then follows you to the study. Unless you're like waiting for him, he'll follow you back to make sure you reach the study.
Actually, no. As I walk past him, I'm going to say, "You can go ahead and just forget you saw me, though." And I'm going to use cloud memory to make him forget I've come in.
Interesting. Okay, okay.
Don't break my butler.
So, the only thing is I'm gonna require you to like catch his attention to get like eye contact.
And that's perfectly fine. I literally, as I do it, I lay a hand upon his chin and I make him make eye contact with.
Okay, perfect. And so he kind of stops for a second and he's like, "Of course, no one came in. I just needed a chair to block the door. I just came to put the chair in front of the door. There's nobody there."
Alright, and I continue my way to where they all generally meet.
Yeah, oh,
And
oh,
he
go ahead. Sorry.
it's okay. And he blocks the door, and then you see, if you look back, and if you don't, that's fine. At least for the audience, I'll still do the description. If you look back at the butler, you see him kind of collapse onto the chair, not like very dramatically, he just kind of sinks into it. And he looks a little dazed. He kind of holds his hand to the side of his head and looks like he's thinking, trying to sort out why he felt so funny for a minute there.
Alright. So I enter the room where the rest of them are.
You'd notice that the feature I got from my frenzy is gone. My face is back to normal.
Oh man, I missed the nose.
But for my normal nose, thanks.
Welcome, Joseph.
Hello, Victor. Jessica, I'm glad you made it.
Yeah, it was actually quite an adventure, and there was a talking doorknob.
Really? You must tell me more about this doorknob.
Oh, I will. It was small, round, had little lips. It was like, yeah, come on in, and I was like, I thank you, and I opened the door, and then this really angry-looking man. He really should relax a little. He came up and was like, "Yeah, Victor's in the study. Uh, we'll go there now." And yeah, there were some dancing portraits along the walls. It was actually kind of entertaining.
Be our
Indeed.
guest. Be our guest.
So, we need to look into this. What was his name again? Joseph thinks for a moment to himself. Santos guy. That's right, Santos.
It's fine if you're doing this in character. I will remind you that it was somebody that you've been told identifies as they. They had a slightly feminine aspect to them, but generally were fairly kind of neutral.
Understood.
Androgynous, that's the word I wanted.
So yeah, to find this Santos.
So the search for Santos.
Yeah.
Santos.
I mean, I've attempted to make some contacts with people, but they're not going to come through for me until next week.
I mean, I could probably do a thing and do another thing and use my thing that everybody seems to like me thinking about. But it's kind of a drain on the battery, you know.
Rick just has a confused look on his face. He has no idea what Jessica just said.
I don't believe Jessica knows what Jessica just said.
Probably not.
pretty sure I do. Yeah, I do.
They
Stuff.
don't understand your genius, Jessica. Don't worry.
Laura, out of character, do the others know about the trouble that Carlotta and Victor had with the police?
That's really up to all of you. You have not formally had any discussion on why you guys were absent. But that doesn't mean you couldn't have. So it's really up to you
Yeah.
whether anybody has ever asked you, if anybody is going to ask now, or if you guys want to like be upfront about it. That's all entirely up to you guys as characters.
Yeah, I just didn't want to bring it up if it had already been discussed. I couldn't remember.
I don't think so. Although, again, I don't have the best memory, so feel free to argue with me if you guys think I am misremembering things, but I do not think there was a discussion about it.
I don't think there was a discussion, so
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember one either.
Yeah, I don't think there was, guys.
Okay. So Victor's looks over at Joseph and says, "Well, so you'll not have any information for us until next."
I'm afraid not. On top of that, there's a chance that what I'm looking into couldn't have any information about it. I just feel like it's a good lead.
Well, I'll accept your judgment on that, sir. We do have another problem to discuss. Carlotta found herself on the wrong end of police investigation. Apparently, she and myself was set up. I had procured for her a snack, shall we say, and even though I had taken all the normal precautions, it turned out that she was not quite the nobody that I was led to believe. And it turned out the girl did indeed have family right here in the city. And her disappearance caused a disturbance, and there was a threat to the masquerade.
Aren't we only
Carlotta.
supposed to Okay.
Have you heard of the Week of Nightmares, Carlotta? Have you, Carlotta?
She's AFK for a second.
Damn it.
Aren't we supposed to refrain from actually killing them when we feed on them?
We have our own to worry about trying to kill us. We don't need to give them more chances to look for us.
Agreed.
That's not what happened. Carlotta did not kill the young girl. She was sent back, sent on her merry little way.
Then what is the issue?
It's unclear what happened to her after my driver dropped her where she was supposed to be. It's unclear what happened after that, except that the girl turned up dead.
Joseph, I'm sorry. I missed what you.
Yes, I saw you dazing off at that painting over there.
Would you repeat your question?
I asked you if you knew about the Week of Nightmares. I asked if you understood the threats already coming from our own kind.
I'm well aware.
To be provoking more threats from the humans.
And since I actually did not kill this girl, I'm certainly aware of the consequences if I had done so.
So is the girl dead then? Can I confirm that we have a dead girl?
I'm a dead girl.
We're not talking about you, Jessica.
Yeah, well, should be.
From what I understand from the police, indeed she was found dead.
Cause of death?
They, due to the fact that they were still investigating, did not wish to disclose that. Apparently, in some ham-handed attempt to get Carlotta to incriminate us.
Police station in the... Sorry, police station in the city?
Yes.
I'll see what I can do to look into it.
Ooh, can I look into the police station? That sounds like fun.
Of course, you are more than qualified to join me on such a task.
Yeah.
I
Well,
would
that's
really
pretty interesting.
appreciate that, Joseph.
I do so only because I don't need more threats. I have seen creatures far worse than any human.
As have we all, my dear sir. Now
I chuckle to myself, some shaking my head.
I personally have given Miss Carlotta the full use of my attorney, Barnaby Jones. Should you want details of the interrogation, you can contact him direct.
Alright. So, and me and Jessica, like I said, will look into that. But for now, we should focus on the bigger picture here. This Santos person. Does anyone have any ideas of where to start looking?
Santos Fe?
Santos the Scourge?
Oh, no, that's Santa Fe. I got no clue, but you know, I'm more of a we got a clue when we find them sort of person.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any idea of where to start. I wish I did, but unfortunately.
I'll
I'm
try
assuming
something.
I'm assuming Santos is, you know, one of us, so probably should look around the local haunts, maybe.
So, I don't know much about Santos, but would I know that that's the name Santos uses on the street?
Yeah. Bob, Victor lives on the Gold Coast, yeah?
Yes.
Um, hold on one second. Let me look at your lore sheet.
I'm gonna pop open my phone, start going through my contacts, looking for one particular one.
So, Victor, as you think upon this, you realize you were at dinner with the prince, a few nights ago, and he mentioned how you and Santos were near neighbors.
um, I relay that to the group. Seems that Santos is somewhere in the area here, Joe.
Well,
Am
will
I
make this phone
Santos?
call then. I don't think you're Santos. I'm pretty sure you're Jessica.
Oh, good. I was afraid I was someone else for a second there.
I had wondered.
Don't worry, Jessica. I'll always let you know.
At least somebody will.
And I'll always let you know when the dog's yipping too.
I mean, he just did.
One of these days. One of these days.
Yes, finish the sentence.
Not in
You already know. I shouldn't have to finish it.
More like you're afraid to finish it.
I'm
Oh, I ain't
confused.
afraid of
What's the
shit.
finish? Someone finish the sentence, please.
Fine. One of these days he's gonna catch a stake in his heart.
I do like
Really?
steak.
You wanted me to finish it.
This is counterproductive.
That's why I initially didn't finish it. But he wanted it finished, so blame him, don't blame me.
Joseph simply walks off. Any time, any place.
I'd rather finish our business first. That way when the time does come, we won't be working together anymore.
So I'm heading outside, and I guess I'm looking at mailboxes or something. I don't know.
I'll go outside and I'm going to actually just look up people in the area.
Okay, so Ryan, you're kind of wandering around trying to figure out where they might live, right?
Yep.
So I'd say it's an investigation with either intelligence or wits. It depends on whether you're like actively trying to like find a way to look things up or if you're just trying to be aware of like looking around finding clues.
Well,
the
I'm.
intelligence one.
Can
Okay.
Can I assist him since I would know the neighbors or
So-
at least some of them?
Yeah, you can help too. You can roll the same check. Jessica, were you like looking around? Were you trying to look it up on a phone
On a
or? Okay. So you'll roll intelligence and technology.
3 successes.
Let me see how everybody turns out, and then we'll figure out. Oh my.
Damn.
Victor, go ahead and roll whenever you're ready. Oh my. Okay, so, did you follow them outside, or were you doing your own? Like, it sounded like you were following, right? Because you said you wanted to help.
I think
Yeah.
Victor just realized that I'm one of his neighbors.
Indeed. So, Victor, you figure out that Jessica lives next door to you. That's why you see her so often.
Oh my good lord.
The whole group went outside. I guess I'd follow them outside.
So, Jessica, you are able to look at. I'm trying to think here. You're looking through. That's right. They don't really use social media, do they? Um, so you're able to find a record that just hints to what street Santos lives on. You're not entirely sure that that's the right one, but you have it narrowed down to just a couple people with a name that could reasonably be associated with Santos on a couple different streets in the kind of Gold Coast area. And then Joseph and Victor are kind of walking through, quietly talking in the neighborhood as you're kind of clicking away on your phone. And, Victor is telling you about, the various neighbors that he knows and where he's been, where he's met with the prince before. And you're kind of putting together your general knowledge since you've lived in the city for such a long time with kind of what you've heard before about the Scourge and kind of your time on the streets, although it's not quite the same type of knowledge, right? Because you're kind of more familiar with the gangs and stuff like that, but you do have some good instincts on like looking for clues in the neighborhood. And as you're going and the two of you are kind of you know looking at the different options that Jessica found, and Victor looks at it and he's like, I bet you it's this one. He points to one of the specific locations. It's a few blocks away. I don't know the Gold Coast area that well, to be honest. So we'll just say it's, I don't know, Ohio Street. He's like, I bet it's that one.
Okay.
Shall we take a stroll?
Of course.
Quick question here. Carlotta, you never said anything. What are you doing? Are you just sitting in the study?
Yeah. At this point, I am sitting in the study, waiting for them to come back with some men. Actually, though, I'm changing that. I'm actually out on the street too. I'm in between Jessica, where she is, and where Joseph and Victor are. I'm just trailing a little because I'm not sure where we are.
And your Louboutins are killing you too.
That is as well. I'm thinking that it might behoove me to lose them. But I hate the thought of walking barefooted. So I'm keeping them on and keeping a slower pace.
Okay. So, you guys are pretty sure you know where Santos lives. You've been tasked with investigating them, seeing if there is some danger to the Camarilla or the Prince, at least, in their side jobs, we'll call it. What do you guys want to do? You heading over there?
I would think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk straight up. Is there a gate or anything in my way?
What?
Yeah, the property has a gate.
Is it locked?
Um, Yes.
Well, I have no larceny, and I'm guessing there's no gate guard coming up, right?
No, but roll a wits and awareness for me.
Two successes.
You're not exactly sure where it would be, but you think there might be like another side gate or something like that. Basically, it might be a more accessible door if you look around.
No, there's no need to be sneaky. I'm just going to break the gate.
Okay.
No, I point out the side gate to them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's not beyond my capability to do it.
Hey, Bob, highs or lows?
Lowe's.
Okay. So, Joseph points out this that there might be a side gate that would be a little bit easier to get in through. Or no, I'm sorry. You said you were just going to break the gate? I'm sorry. I got kind of distracted with what I was thinking about for Bob.
I was teasing.
Gotcha. Okay. So, he points out that there's probably a more accessible side gate somewhere.
Lead the way, sir.
Alright, I start looking around for this more accessible side gate that could possibly be there.
I'll start looking around for it as well.
So, anybody who wants to look, that's up to you. I can see a couple things here. Probably wits and either investigation, or I could see like streetwise. If you want to make an argument for something else you have and how that would work, I'll accept other suggestions.
Streetwise with what?
Wits. So Bob's like, oh shit. So Bob's like, oh, this is the same fucking like gate maker that I have. I know, like I'm pretty sure I know where we'll find the sign. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what a messy critical looks like for finding a gate.
I don't find the gate. I find a tree and climb over.
Oh man, okay. Alright. So, when,
God damn.
Rick has no idea. He's just like,
Nope.
why don't we just like fucking climb the wall? Like, what's wrong with you guys? So Jessica, as Victor, is like, oh, like this is the same guy who installed my gate. Like, I know exactly where we go. Like, you get really excited, and you're like, wait, but I've got to talk to the doorknob if there's a doorknob. I've got to, however you want to kind of play that off. Basically, like you start getting like really intense that you need to be the one who's going to get us through that door or gate or whatever you guys find. And in fact, you end up kind of running ahead and you do find it before Bob can even narrow down exactly where it is. You find it.
Lovely. I'm gonna start talking to the doorknob.
For a couple minutes, it's just quiet. Well, for about like the first minute that you're trying to talk to it, it's just quiet.
Okay.
Do you just keep talking at it?
Yeah, I'm persistent. It's fine.
Haven't we come up to her by this point?
About one more minute, and then you guys will. So after a little bit, maybe 10 more seconds, you're talking at the door. Maybe you raise your voice just a little bit, and suddenly you hear kind of the sounds of like a yawn. Like somebody who's just woken up from a long sleep, like.
Oh yeah.
Hello?
Oh, hi there. I was just here looking at the lovely gate. I'd met a friend doorknob just a bit ago, and they were so nice and kind. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake you. He was tired too. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing here, but I was wondering if you'd like to let me in and maybe have some tea.
Oh, you know Bob down the street, huh?
Yeah, I think that was Bob.
Oh yeah, well, he's kind of a jerk.
Yeah, Bob the Knob.
Get out of my head.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you woke up, Bob the Knob, but I'm just I haven't been opened in a while, I'm just not sure. I think I forgot how.
Well, I do have some knowledge in the area of opening. Maybe I can help you.
Oh, maybe you could. Maybe try just twisting me this way and then maybe try the other way.
Oh, that sounds good.
Just put your hand on my shaft.
Right there.
Wow. So I'm gonna fondle the knob.
Indeed, praise Kalia.
So about the time, like just before the knob requests that Jessica tries to open him, I don't know. That's about the time that you guys walk up, and you also notice that Jessica's not really being quiet as she's talking. So think about, just to remind you of what scene we're talking about here. You guys are in a very nice neighborhood in the middle of the night, and Jessica is talking to a door. And she's about to reach for it. Bob, you have a minor flashback to the loud ruckus that you heard earlier at your house, and you thought you heard her say something about talking to another doorknob.
It was you that broke my front door.
Sorry, no, he wasn't broke. He was very, very sophisticated.
You broke my front door.
I roused the blood for unseen presence.
I didn't break any door. I mean, it opened.
Carlotta has now arrived as well and is looking at the fact that it's dark out and that, yeah, we're in a group of being noisy.
Oh man. So as you do that, Joseph, so you're basically kind of like stepping into the shadows essentially and becoming invisible, right?
Yep.
Oh,
So highs or lows for me.
Me?
Who?
Brian, Joseph.
Highs.
All right. So, as you do that, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, Mom, but as you do that, you suddenly see a shadow lurking down the streets. It definitely was like you get the sense that this was something that was hidden that you've suddenly been able to detect. You're pretty sure there's a lick there.
Okay.
I should point out I do have see the unseen.
Do I know you know how you can see me?
Yeah.
Then I am going to wave you over to me and point out to you what I'm seeing.
Alright.
Are you obviously pointing out the hidden lick, or is this very like discreet?
This is discreet because only, as far as I know, only Jessica can see me because she's the only one I know who has Auspex 1.
Okay, I'm just making sure that I understand, because how this plays out can vary.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look around, kind of like, huh, what am I talking to next? And see if I can see anybody.
You do see the doorknob, like basically you see a little bit of light play off it, but you're positive it was a wink. That was Jessica. I'm sorry, Jessica. Like as you look around, you see the doorknob do what you believe is a wink.
I will wink back at it.
What about when she's looking at what I'm pointing out to her? Because you know that's what she was looking for, right?
Right. I mean, she sees the same thing. She doesn't necessarily see any more than you do, but she also sees that there is a hidden lick over there.
Alright. So not exactly obfuscated, he's just hiding. Got it.
Yeah. And now that you guys are aware of him, you realize it's not actually particularly like great hiding or anything. Just you didn't expect to be, having anybody around, so you weren't really looking.
Alright, I am going to start approaching said lick.
I'm gonna start talking to the doorknob again. So, yeah, you, you don't open often. Is this a chronic thing? Is it, something that well, I mean, you obviously want to have a go at it, but it's, something that you should, really, I mean, squeaky wheel gets greased, I'm basically trying to distract the lick that is, watching.
I'm going to come up behind that lick.
Okay. So first, Jessica, the doorknob starts to respond to you, telling, the long story of how, his older brother, the front gate gets all the attention and everything, and, unless he breaks or, something's going on, like, that's the only time that he really gets any attention. And then Ryan, just give me a second. Well, no, because you're invisible. So yeah, you do come up behind that lick.
Alright, I rouse the blood for prowess.
So you do it, but um, rage is pumping through your veins. You're angry. You want to fight.
Indeed, and that's kind of what I'm preparing to do here to begin with. So, hidden in the shadows, using all of my strength and skill, I want to grab him.
Roll a strength and brawl.
Alright, do I have any bonus because I'm doing it from the shadows?
And the guy's distracted, maybe?
Um, I will give you 2 extra dice to roll. 1 because you're coming out of the shadows behind him, and 1 because you notice that he has a phone in his hand that he seems to be like he's not necessarily like constantly doing stuff on it, but he clearly has it like up and is kind of always keeping an eye on it as if he's expecting a message.
I rolled 5 successes. Oh shoot, I forgot.
Your Proton's dice.
No, I remembered those, but I have a specialization in grappling. So I believe that also gives me 1 more die I could have rolled. Yeah, I definitely grabbed him.
Yeah, so you have a good grip on him, but he does manage to hold on to his phone.
I squeeze him
and
with
he
all the
starts
might of my potence then.
typing furiously. So what are you kind of attacking him by trying to like crush
Yes,
him?
yes.
Is the idea? Okay, so we'll do another brawl and strength.
Alright.
All right, so you manage to do 2 damage to him.
Is that enough to make him drop the phone?
It is. Yeah, so sorry. So his shoulder makes a sickening crunch as you squeeze, and he cries out in pain, and the phone clatters to the ground. For those of you who are over by Jessica, I'd like you to roll a wits and awareness, please.
Including me?
Um, yes, because you are distracted by the doorknob.
Oh, okay.
It will be easier for you though, since you know that there is about to be a struggle over there. Yeah, so you got a success. You're fine.
Okay.
It wasn't a particularly difficult check for you. It was just I wanted to have the option that you become so like entranced in the doorknob conversation that you
Makes
just
sense.
like don't even notice. So Victor, you hear the crunch and the phone clattering.
I look over. Am I able to see?
Rick, you need to roll. Carlotta, you already rolled.
Was it wits and awareness?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I had only originally done wits, then I was rolling awareness.
I see. Okay, so Victor notices first. Carlotta and Rick, after a little bit, you end up noticing that you kind of heard something, but like you didn't you didn't like really pay attention to it until you see Victor looking over, And Victor, you can't exactly make out what's going on over there, but you can definitely see that it looks like there's some sort of like encounter, maybe like a fight going on.
I start running over there.
I will pat the knob on the head and head over there as well.
Yeah, I'd take off following Victor.
I also followed them.
Jessica, as you pat the knob, it winks again and it says 6.
6. Huh.
It really is too bad for you. I'm quite good at this.
It's only because you caught me by surprise.
That's all it takes in any situation like this. Do you know how so many Ravno died?
Who cares?
You should care, it's important. But a lot of them caught each other by surprise, and diablerized each other. And to think, right now I have that type of power over you.
I'm going to pick up the phone and look at what it says.
All you see is that there is a group text, and it looks like he started to maybe type something like spotted, but then it just turns into like it's like SPOTTZCKJR15, you know, like a bunch of like nonsense, and but it did send.
Well, just going to show that to
He
people.
was able to send.
Also, while I'm taunting him, I'm going to activate Daunt.
Really quick, Jessica, as you look at that group text, is there anything? I'm kind of giving you a hint, but I don't want to give you too much of a hint. Is there anything that you want to try to notice about that group chat?
Well, I'm gonna say that there are 6 people in it. Probably.
You'd be right.
Yeah. And I'm going to kind of just scroll up to see what else that was said too. Or is it just
It's
empty?
there's just one text before that just says found them. And that was sent by this same person.
What's going on in the messages there, Jessica?
Just found them, and there are 6 people in here.
Jessica, do you know how to use a phone? I mean,
Actually,
in a general sense.
I just realized we don't. I don't actually know what's being said.
Oh, that's right. You can't read it.
I can't read it.
Oh, that's right. But you do see, I mean, like, well, do you know letters even? Like, how illiterate are you? Like, do you know your letters, but you can't actually read words? Or is it like,
I'm currently learning. So yeah, letters, but not words.
so if you'd like to, you could read this off as like you're literally starting to read the letters to him. But you, I guess, do not actually understand the information here, but you can see that there are 5 other people in this chat besides, you know, the current, you know, texter. And you can see that he sent one message before.
So yeah, I would just kind of show him the phone at that point. Just
All
like,
right, I read it, and I notice the people there, and I'm like, somebody, I can't do it right now. I'm crushing this little bitch. Get the rest of the numbers in that group.
I can do that.
Jessica, could I maybe get the phone?
Sure. It's Domino's. Oh wait, that's the door.
Well, thank you.
I would defer to her. Probably had a better way to copy him down than I would.
I
Sure.
talked to Victor and Joseph, and I just explained that one message was already sent stating that he had found them. I believe he's referring to us.
Yes, I want the people, though, who were in that message, so that we don't have to hold on to that phone.
So I start copying down the numbers into my phone.
There are no names, by the way. It's just the numbers.
And that's perfectly fine.
I'm figuring that with Victor's resources and Joseph's resources, they should be able to locate the owners of those numbers.
So is this dude just laying ragdoll in my arms right now?
I mean, he's trying to fight you somewhat.
Anytime he tries...
But I didn't want to interrupt the conversation.
And that's fine. You can just tell me, because anytime he tries to fight out, I'm going to crush more.
Okay, so he's gonna do a quick struggle to try to break out. So I'd say he does not break out. And
That's quite superficial on top of the other. I should be at least almost too lethal to him by now.
yeah, he's starting to really not look so good. He and pretty much like after this point, he's almost ragdoll in your arms. Like he's not like totally passed out, but he's not fighting you.
I laugh
Do
at
you-
each pop of each bone breaking.
Yeah, for those of you who are standing around, it is like as he squeezes, you can hear pops and cracks, and it's
Ooh,
pretty
popcorn.
sick.
You
I
would
mean,
think it
if
was
you cared
popcorn,
about
wouldn't you?
them.
Like I said, quite good at this. Why
Where's
are you
the
following
popcorn?
us?
Joseph, is he still able to talk?
Of course he can still talk.
He just smiles at you.
I mean, but I could squeeze some more, and then he definitely won't be able to talk anymore. And I'm going to try to intimidate this time. And like I told you, I have my Daunt activated.
Jessica is going to wander off, but she's also going to, as soon as she's out of sight, activate Unseen Passage.
That is a very good idea. You can go ahead and do that.
Victor's going to activate.
Bit hungrier too. Okay.
You are. As you slide into the shadows, the beast kind of makes your heart. Well, no, never mind. Your heart doesn't beat anymore. But it makes your chest kind of tingle, and you. Oh my, Ryan! You you feel the urge to hunt something as you slip into the shadows. It reminds you of slinking through grass hunting prey, or running through the night chasing something down. Ryan, you scare the motherfucking shit out of him, apparently. He starts crying in your arms.
Alright, now I'm gonna go therapist on him.
Can
Now-
you run us through how you intimidate him?
Well, I intimidated him with the threat of crushing him to death. I said that before I rolled this.
Oh, I thought the therapist was like your intimidation. Go ahead with whatever you were
This
gonna
is
do.
after this. Now that he's crying in my arms,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
he is broken now, and now the healing can begin.
As he's going therapist, I'm gonna kind of try and keep an eye out for 5 other people.
It's a good idea.
You know, as I wander around and be invisible.
I drop my daunt. Just simply tell us why it is you were following us, and all this can go away. You can be forgiven of all your transgressions against us.
he, the rich one, he's risking all of us, and we were sent to take care of him.
Risking all of you, the rich one. Are you referring to my friend here, pointing to Bob?
Yes, it's him. No consideration for the rest of us, hiding, keeping ourselves safe. He'd rather put us all to our deaths, our final deaths, just to slake his hunger.
What are you referring to?
Really? Tell me, what do you know?
Jessica, can you said you were like looking out for people.
Yep.
Can you roll a wits and awareness?
It seems I can.
You see that there's 5 people approaching. They look armed.
Yeah, I will return to the group and say that. Hey, so there are 5 doorknobs. I mean, 5 people coming, and they have weaponry of undescribed nature.
Well, isn't it lucky that we have a hostage?
I'm not sure they care.
Well, I mean, if they don't care, is our situation changed at all?
Probably
Not
not.
in the least.
No,
We not only have a hostage, we have a bargaining chip.
They're gonna kill you, Victor!
See?
Dog!
Again, again, what are you referring? What have I done?
We know about your girls.
His girls.
This is interesting.
And
You go on.
breaching the masquerade. We're gonna have a talk about this later, Victor.
I would like to start setting up my domino effect at this moment.
Dog, I need you to hold the hostage.
Do not call me dog. My name is Rick. You think you could try using that, dipshit?
Wolves get names, dogs just get to be dogs.
You're lucky we can't risk letting the dipshit go. I grab hold of him.
Although he does seem to keep liking this dipshit word, so
Not now, Jessica.
So, we got these armed motherfuckers coming to kill Bob.
I mean, they probably want to object to killing the rest of you too.
I know.
what is the surrounding area like? I mean, we got a fence and gate on one side. What's on the other side? And is there any sort of, shenaniganry I can do?
Basically, you guys are in like an alley, but you're in a really nice area, so it's like a nice alley. It's not like, filled with like homeless people and stuff,
Okay.
or like lots of rats running around, or kind of the stuff you typically picture in an alley. It's pretty clean. But there's like garbage cans and kind of normal stuff like that around. There are a decent amount of shadows kind of thrown by like the various like fences and structures. But it's still a like somewhat well lit area just because it is one of the nicer neighborhoods. So like there's generally a lot of lighting, but you can find good patches of shadows here.
Okay. So not really much that can be manipulated, though.
I mean, you could propose something and we could try to work something out. Like,
Well,
it's not just an empty alley.
I was thinking like maybe knocking over a can, which causes a nut to fall out, and a squirrel comes and picks it up and chases it up onto a tree, which the tree branch breaks and snaps a few power lines, which kind of dangle, blocking the way.
Yeah, we could totally do something like that. Like I said,
Okay.
there's some garbage cans around, there's fences, so like there's probably squirrels around. My point is just it's not necessarily like, there's like rats and like tons of, like garbage laying around in piles. It's just like there's garbage cans and whatnot.
I'm gonna attempt to set up that domino so that when the first person gets there, the power lines hit them.
Okay.
I rouse the blood, increasing my hunger, but I activate fleetness.
I am very hungry tonight.
Yes, you are. You're setting your mousetrap and you can't wait to pounce.
No, that is. I'm gonna pounce, all right.
Yeah, you are with that hunger. Is anyone else doing anything, guys? Combat doesn't work the same in this version as it does in others. There is no initiative.
Well, I'm still holding the one guy, so probably not much I can do at the moment.
And that's perfectly fine, Cappy. I just know me and Devil are doing things. I'm trying to see if Bob or Mom want to do anything.
Well, I do have firearms.
Do you own a gun?
Well, there is that.
I will also point out, once again, you are in a nice neighborhood in the middle of the night.
Guns might not be the best idea.
I could try persuasion.
So I'm kicking over a can and producing a nut. Someone's. We have Carlotta doing persuasion. What was Joseph doing again?
I roused my blood for rapid reflexes, and I'm
Okay, we
going
got
to get
some.
ready to go fight. So I'm gonna like approach. I don't know how far they are.
Alright.
I just wanted to give people a chance to say if they wanted to prepare, but it sounds like they're not there yet for you to persuade, Mom. So since that's what you guys are doing to prepare, you see them enter 2 by 2 followed by 1 into the like far end of the alley and start running up towards you guys. Devil, you said you kicked over the garbage can, sent the nut rolling. As Mom starts talking to Blank Space, she like takes a step forward and wobbles a little bit in her Louboutins, and it knocks the nut off to the side, and it kind of rolls along a crack in the ground, and there's a squirrel nearby that grabs it and like it jumps down, grabs it, and I forgot the next. Oh yeah, and so it jumps back up onto the fence. It jumps onto a tree nearby, runs out towards the end of the branch for some reason, and the branch falls and it takes out a power line, and they drop, hitting, I know you said the first one, but I'm going to have it be the last one, right? Because they came in 2 by 1.
Yeah.
So it hits that last one and takes it out. Well, at least stuns him. If you, let's see. Well, I guess you rolled for it already.
Yeah. 4 successes.
So, okay, yeah.
I'm not sure how to
So-
do damage with this, but hey.
So it's normally how many you beat them in a contested challenge against, and then fortitude comes into it after that, I believe.
I was just gonna have him like stunned for a couple of rounds, maybe. Well, were you trying to like actually hurt him or just like slow him down?
Mostly just slow him down. So yeah, stun for a couple rounds would be fine.
So we'll say he gets stunned for 3 rounds.
Do I get to keep the persuasion I rolled?
Sure. So they kind of get distracted for a minute by a power line taking out their buddy, and they're like, "Oh, holy shit! Where'd that come from?" And then like they still kind of keep coming though, because they have a job to do, and as they get closer, they hear the end of whatever you were saying, and they're like, "Wait, what?" If you want, you can say your speech.
Okay, I'm not sure what you all are trying to attempt here. I will tell you, however, you're making a great deal of noise and you're going to attract a lot of unwanted attention. I also want to tell you that you're coming up against a party that is well able to mount a defense if we have to. Unfortunately, it will draw attention to all of us.
As I cut the power to the neighborhood.
So
Oh boy.
they stop at what Carlotta says, and kind of look at each other. Joseph, you had prepared to just run up and fucking hit them. Are you stopping since you see that Carlotta's trying to talk them into calming down, or are you just starting a fight anyways?
I will not attack yet, but I'm not letting my guard down either.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to clarify. And so there's one guy who's kind of big and beefy, just like a real like, and not necessarily like like a super built guy, but he's just like a fucking tank of a dude, and he's tall, definitely poses kind of an intimidating figure. And he steps forward a little bit and he's like, "Look, our real job is to take care of him." And he points at Victor. He's like, "If you hand him over, we'll let the rest of you go, and I'm pretty sure that our employer will be fine with that. But I can't leave without him."
There are proper channels to deal with things. This is not proper channels.
You won't be leaving with him either, I'd like to tell you, activating Dawn.
Victor does the same, also activating Daunt.
Bob, you don't need to rouse the blood to activate Dom.
Yeah, that one
Oh.
just happens.
It just lets you add your presence into your your presence into your dice roll for intimidation.
My presence.
Yep.
It's giving me a choice of strength, dex, stam, charisma, manipulation, composure, intelligence, wits, and
So, you can roll either your no, not persuade, your manipulation or your charisma, depending on whether you're trying to be like a charming kind of, well, not like a charming intimidation, but like a raw, like animal, not exactly magnetism, but like raw animal energy kind of intimidation, or if you're trying to, like explain why they should be intimidated, like, oh, I can command anybody at my with my money to take you out or something like that.
I'd also
um
like I'd also like to whisper to Joseph that, he'd be more intimidating if he raised his eyebrows up higher and give him an extra die. Or it might be a reroll.
What ability are you using to do that to me? I'm interested.
One of the hear my words. You can carry your ancestors' skills of persuasion. Once per story, if you attempt to console others in a chaotic environment, they may re-roll one dice pool in one future test during the same situation.
All right then. It does sound like I get a reroll then. So I'll try it. That's much better. I feel encouraged by Jessica's words, and I become a little scarier.
yeah, and you and Victor standing together, they're kind of thinking twice. They back down a little bit. You see a lot, like all the other ones, the other four, step behind the big beefy guy. But give me 1 minute.
All four of them? Even the guy who's like being electrocuted?
Oh, sorry, that's right. We do still have the one off being electrocuted. So there's three that are kind of hiding behind him. There's big beefy dude, and I would say electrocuted guy isn't up yet.
Meanwhile, I'm still hidden. Yay.
So, big beefy dude, he kind of raises his hands up and he's like, "Look, Victor, I don't know what to tell you. If I go back, I'm getting killed if I don't have you or your body or proof that I've killed you. So, I don't want to fight you, but I've got to do something here."
How about we actually figure out what the hell happened to the woman before we go killing somebody?
We know what happened to those women.
Yeah, but do you know who actually killed them? I don't believe
Yes, it
Victor is
was that
foolish enough to
man
do
right
that.
there. He is. He thinks that his money will protect him from anything.
I'm sure I have no idea what it is you're talking about. But if you go back, you say you'll be killed. You stay here, you'll be killed. I would suggest you run and don't stop running.
So the three behind go running back. They pick up their fallen comrade, and they just go fucking booking it. Big beefy dude though, he's shaking. He's clearly not feeling like he is um like he has a good chance here, but he is standing his ground, and he has a big old bat that he raises it up as if he is about to get ready to hit a home run or something, and gets ready to fight.
All right. As I see this is where this is going, I shoot on his legs.
You shoot?
So go ahead. I know what he means. Go
Oh.
ahead and roll a I guess it would be Dex and Brawl. I get normally.
It's still a grappling. I'm pretty sure.
It's still a grapple. Okay, so go ahead with strength.
That escalated quick.
Your character really wanted to fight tonight, just like you.
Yeah.
So
Holy shit.
you knock him to the fucking ground, and just knock the wind out of him. So you all can take an action, and he won't be able to this turn.
I'm hanging on to my little prize here. Instead of doing anything.
Can I jump on him and just rip his throat out with my teeth?
I mean, you could try. I will say Joseph did do some damage to him, but I'm not gonna make it freaking like all those points of because I don't want him to
Well,
like.
it would be superficial damage anyway, so if he took damage from that,
Oh
he
right,
rounds this number down that I rolled, so he would have taken about 5 superficial damage.
right, yeah.
Also, just so you know, Bob, if you do decide to do that, Fangs, I recently read, only do, I believe, it's a max of 1 aggravated damage. It is aggravated, though, so, I believe he can't try to do anything about it unless he has fortitude.
Which he might. But I will say, like, don't necessarily do things just because they cause the most damage or anything. Because, sometimes if I really like how things are, like, role played or whatever, there's always the potential of, like, bonus XP or other little rewards.
All right.
But yeah, do your things, guys.
I have a very important thing to do during this combat. I'm gonna hunt the squirrel.
Oh my lord.
Okay. So, Bob, if you do want to do that, go ahead and roll a Dex and Brawl. Jessica, you can actually make the same roll unless you're hunting by some other means. Then, like, trying. I was thinking of you as like literally trying to like grab it and I don't know,
Yep.
bite it or whatever you're trying to do.
Grab it and bite it. Oh,
Oh shit!
Oh my. Alright, I'll get to you in just a second.
Actually, I think I'm gonna use my power to just re-roll that 10.
Devil's like, get rid of that 10 there.
Not the squirrel. He's my friend.
Yeah, squirrel's fucking done.
So yeah, Agent of Chaos. Once per session, I can re-roll in chaotic moments.
Yeah, you can go ahead and reroll that. So Bob, you do not manage to bite him. He's like rolling around trying to kick Joseph off, and you just can't really get a good grip on him. Jessica, you go fucking booking it after the squirrel to see if it's okay, and at first the beast is like in your throat and you're like about to like really lose it, but then you see a shiny off to the side and you're kind of distracted for a minute, and it's just enough that the beast loses its grip on you, but then you're back to the squirrel and you manage to snatch it up.
Mmm, delicious squirrelness.
So is Mom doing anything, or Cappy?
I'd like to try to entrance him.
That's not a bad idea.
There you go.
Okay, does it say that you need to do a rouse check? That's a presence one.
Basically, I just need to gain the subject's attention and win a contest of charisma and presence versus composure.
It does have a cost of 1 rouse check though, so please start with that rouse check. There should be a spot on your sheet where there's like a rouse check roll you can click for.
I think I might have a chat with a crying man while they're doing this. Let's hear one of the other ones after Victor.
So I think you might be double clicking when you're rolling sometimes. You just have to click once, but either way, you're hungry as you look at this fucking like muscle of a man, like, well, not exactly muscle, it's not like all muscle, but like this like big fucking man. You're just like, yeah, I want to gain control in this situation. Like, they're all sitting here trying to tear him apart, but you know the real way to take care of this. And the beast just coldly slithers up your spine, and you're hungry.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Is this a meat bag? I thought he was a vampire.
No, he's a vampire. That doesn't mean vampire blood is more tempting than mortal blood. Smells better, tastes better, feels stronger.
Alright, so go ahead and roll your charisma and presence.
Still here, having a little bit of a technical issue.
So you try to you try to talk to him and win him over, but he kind of shakes his head, closes his eyes, like, no, and the pain from Joseph, like slapping him around, helps him to shake off the words that you're trying to convince him with.
What's Cappy doing?
Yes. What are you doing?
I was gonna talk to the crying man that I'm holding on to. But she's after Victor. I have a few questions for this fucker.
Okay, but we're doing like a few seconds of combat at a time, so like you'll get like maybe a question per round.
That's fine.
So, what is your question?
Do you have proof of Victor's crimes, or were you just told this?
That's not my business to know.
An uninformed underling. Wonderful.
Okay, so moves to the next round. Joseph, I'm going to say that you get the first go here because of how much you succeeded last round. And then he'll react to you, and then everybody else.
So where am I located on his body right now? Am I like on the legs and he's trying to kick me off? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, because you basically shot for his legs, so, and I'm thinking you probably like broke his knee as you did it with how badly you hurt him, and you have a really good grip on his legs. Like he wants to shake you off, but he's not.
All right then. So, do I crawl up the body or do I snake the legs?
Sweep the leg.
Join me in the animal
I can't
kingdom.
sweep the leg. He's already on the ground. But I could
Snake
snake
the
the
legs.
and I could roll.
It's already broken. Snake it.
But I feel like, I could see it in an actual Greco-Roman wrestling match. But I don't know that it helps me much in this situation as, climbing up the body and pinning him down would. So I think that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to climb up the body, pinning him down and attempt to bite his neck.
Okay, so go ahead and do a strength and brawl check again, because you're basically grappling him.
I have 3 successes. I would like to blow willpower for a reroll.
Allowed.
Damn it. Okay, yep, no. He succeeds at whatever he's trying to do.
So he kind of pushes you away, so like you're still kind of on top of him, but you aren't able to like pin him down like you were hoping to.
Alright then.
But in a sense, you're still kind of entrapping him a little bit. So it'll be a little bit easier maybe for other people.
Yep. The others can do their thing then.
Others, what are you doing?
I am feasting on squirrel.
I'm still gonna interrogate this fucker in my arms.
Okay, what are you asking him this time?
I'll ask him who he works for, who sent him. So I don't know if the beefy guy or not, but if I get that answer, oh well. But it could be a different answer.
Roll charisma and like intimidation or persuasion, depending on how you're trying to do this, because technically it's really Victor and Joseph he's really afraid of. You're just another guy that's in the party, so he's not super scared of you, but he's not trying to like break away from you because he's scared that Victor's gonna pounce on him.
Alright. How the hell did I do that? I say charisma, that's right. Aha! God damn!
Look at that. Alright, hold on.
I'll take it.
Yep. So he is scared of you. Actually, now that he starts to consider it, he realizes that Beefy Dude is not looking like he's doing super hot, and he might be next up on the chopping block. So he kind of starts crying a little bit more again, and he's like, I can't tell you. That'll guarantee my death. I can't, but it's someone high up.
Do you have a name? Bear in mind, either he'll kill you or I'll fucking kill you. Either way, I need a name.
I don't know exactly who. I just know somebody high up in the Camarilla requested it. They know.
Let's see.
A couple questions.
That's my question per round.
Yeah, that's all you're getting.
Alright, well, you're still not going anywhere, so don't get any ideas.
Okay,
And I'm
so
standing.
go ahead, Carlotta. You're one of the people I was going to ask.
I'm standing back a little bit now because I'm fighting the hunger, because I'm thinking in this situation, I'm trying to use discretion.
I mean, Mom, at this point, like, there's a full-on scuffle going on in the street. Like, you can be as quiet as you want, but it isn't going to stop Cappy from crushing the one dude and Ryan from attempting to crush Big Meaty Dude.
I'm not attempting to crush him at this moment.
I'm not trying to kill him.
I'm sure you're going to soon, though.
Also, somewhere down the street, there's this girl feasting on a squirrel. It's weird.
I almost forgot about that.
Also that, yeah.
Yeah, Rick's not gonna kill him. He's gonna keep my guess and Milkman's questions. He's just making sure he's not going nowhere. He'll let him think he's gonna kill him, but nah, he won't.
The great thing is, I might be a homeless person.
No, I'm just saying I'm trying to fight my hunger because, all right, we're in this morass at this moment because of, well, Victor's hunger. I'm already in trouble for something I didn't do.
Right, but this dude has made it clear that he is going for Victor no matter what. Like, this is the one guy that is not getting intimidated away. He is going to try to complete this task. That is why this fight is happening. They were not able to scare him away. So you might be hungry, but like this is also kind of a life or death situation. So I know it's been a while since we played Vampire, but just to kind of remind you, like they do not always shy away from, possibly giving into the beast or something like that. Like for many vampires, it is survival above all else. That's why a lot of times groups of vampires don't get along. They don't tend to last in the same group forever because in the end, what matters is you and your survival and what you want to do. Okay.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm not saying that you have to attack, but I don't want you to feel like, you're so, like, afraid of triggering the beast that you just won't do things unless you feel like that is very appropriate for your character. Devil, you were about to say something. Please go ahead.
I was just gonna point out that there's a scuffle going on, and then there's the Malkavian eating currently, like nothing's happening.
Well, actually, Carlotta is actually about to enter into the scuffle and see what kind of damage she can do.
Do you have any weapons, or are you gonna try to punch him? Are you gonna try to use a power on him?
I'm gonna try once more to entrance him.
Okay. Alright, yeah. So, I think you have to do another rouse check, unfortunately. So start with that.
You're right. I rolled
There you
it. I clicked it twice.
That's okay. It was the same result both times. Again, the fates were very sure about how you would react here. So that hesitation that you had, that moment, you kind of recomposed yourself a little bit, and so as you pull on this power of yours again, the beast isn't in your ear.
Mom, you know all, right?
Yes.
I could be wrong, but I have a feeling that if you activate awe, you can add some extra dice to your entrancement rolls. Not that you can really do it right now, but I'm just saying.
Okay. That'll be good for next time because I just pulled it up and I definitely know all.
And that would allow you to add more to this kind of roll.
Huh. A tie.
Oh, they tied?
They did tie.
Damn it.
Both roll again?
So, yeah, let's do that. Oh, fuck. Roll well, Mom.
Alright, can
That-
she use her awe right now?
No, you've already called on a power this turn.
Yeah, it's the same roll off.
Alright, Mom, you need to beat 7. We told you to beat 7, Mom.
So his will is just unbreakable. You try again, and it seems like you are about to catch his attention, but then as you try to really draw him in, again he shakes his head until he's able to blink, and he's like, "No, you won't distract me from my mission."
Damn it. Well, then I can only leave you into Victor's hands. I shudder for you.
So, Devil, you were just having her continue to feed throughout this turn as well, right?
Yep. Just
Okay.
I'm probably gonna do that for the entire combat because I'm not really, combat oriented. Actually, I am, but I just don't want to get into combat.
Yeah, I mean, there's a squirrel.
There's a squirrel. Makes perfect sense.
So, Victor, are you doing anything, man?
Nah, I don't have any questions I can think of this round.
You're not
You're not
Victor.
Victor.
Oh,
and
shit.
You already asked a question this round.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know why I thought my name when I heard Victor. I'm sorry.
I'm going to activate awe and then try and daunt him again.
Doesn't work like that, Bob. Awe and Daunt are the same power, but in different ways, basically.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just gonna be a little bit more obvious about it because I've been kind of hinting at it, but I don't think you guys are picking it up. You are probably not going to turn this guy away. This was meant for you guys to have a pretty intense battle with a few of them, and you have scared away as many as you're going to scare away. At this point, you need to find a way to incapacitate or kill, like some way to like get this dude to stop coming after you.
Don't worry,
Period.
guys. I got the squirrel.
Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna punch.
Yeah, punch the shit out of him. So yeah, go ahead and roll your Dex and Brawl. You really, you have to have more dice for that.
Oh no, because I don't have any dots in brawl.
Oh, yeah, you don't. Okay, well, we'll see. Maybe you get lucky. Probably not. Mm,
What's going on?
so, I forget exactly how this one evaluates ones. I
They
need to
don't.
brush up on them.
They only really count on the hunger dice. Speaking of which, you should really be rolling with hunger dice for this dude.
Yeah, I know. I need to set it up. I'm just setting it as the first 2 dice. But yeah. So, but do they count as a failure, just not like a critical failure or anything unless it's on the hunger dice, right? Yeah. So he still gets
successes rolled.
3 successes there. So oh, but you're kind of pinned down now that I think about it. Or you've got him kind of pinned down.
Indeed, and I believe if he's trying to get away from me, this is definitely going to be a roll against me. Because I'm not just going to let him get away.
Sure. So if you succeed in keeping him pinned down, then Bob will be able to hit him. That's how we're going to do this. So go ahead and, yep, same as before. Yeah, so you definitely succeed. So Bob, you are able to punch him. You only got 1 success, but I'll say we'll just use, because I feel generous to you guys, and I know you want to go, and you guys not damage this guy a whole lot. We'll use Joseph's successes, so you can roll. Oh no, it's just straight damage, right?
Yes, it would be just straight damage. If you're using my successes, you just did another 5 superficial to him. From the other 5, I just did only rounded down. So it would be 2 to 3, probably 2. So he's taken like 7 superficial now. I don't know if he's taking lethal yet, but he might be.
I'll say I don't exactly know how superficial and lethal translate in this one.
So basically, he keeps taking superficial damage from what we're doing unless, we burn him or, something else that does ag to a vampire. And, and actually I should be saying ag, not lethal. But basically, once we burn through all his health levels in superficial, that's when he starts taking, aggravated damage from things we're doing.
Oh, then yes, you guys have done, we'll say, what is it? Like once you surpass his health levels, it's all ag, or yeah, okay. So you guys have done let's see, you've done what, like 10 or 9 superficial total, I think it was. So you have done 2 ag so far.
Alright. So it's the next round now, right?
Yes.
Once again, I'm gonna attempt to sink my fangs into him.
Hey, squirrel.
You keep chewing on that squirrel.
I mean, I'd only take. I'd keep it alive and pet it. I'll roll animal kin if you'd like.
I have 5
Damn,
successes.
Joseph. So he's gonna try to like. You look like you're gonna say.
I mean, no matter what, I can only do 2 ag to him by doing this. Doesn't matter how many successes I just rolled there.
Right, but I was gonna basically have him try to wriggle away as like his reaction.
Oh, okay, yeah, you gotta roll that. Yeah, I
He
think
doesn't
he
succeed
does.
though. Yeah, no, he does not succeed. So yeah, you do 2 more ag.
Yeah, and I'm going to invoke the kiss at this point.
You're doing what?
Alright. I think I was reading about this earlier. I think you don't actually start drawing blood until next turn, though.
Yeah,
I
that is
think at this
correct.
point it's basically just thinking it.
I'm just telling you what I'm doing.
And do you recall off the top of your head how much ag he can, like, the average vampire can take? Is it just your
up to their
health levels again? Okay, that's what I thought, but I couldn't remember if I actually read that or
Yep, and
if I
that
was.
will then basically torp him.
Alright, so he's looking pretty bad, guys. And you see Joseph kind of sink his fangs in. And that did another 2 ag. So yeah, he doesn't look great. You feel like you might be getting close here.
Are there any like broken off tree branches, small ones or whatever I can use, or anything laying in the alley that I can use as
In fact, there is. There is the branch that broke off earlier when Devil set off his oh my goodness, his domino effect.
And that domino effect's still going.
All right, I'd grab it and try and stake it.
I need to check that difficulty. It looks like Ryan's looking that up for me. This will be a higher difficulty, just so you know. I do think it's a wonderful like idea because it seems very fitting, but I am just warning you so that you're aware.
Okay.
Time only gives you opportunity, not guarantee.
Yes, Confusus.
Confusus says.
Sorry about that, everyone.
So, this, I guess, would be like a melee, essentially.
Yeah, I would.
So, dex and melee.
You mean brawl?
No melee. Melee is a skill.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
Yeah, if you're wielding a weapon, it's melee. If it's like your fists, then it's brawl.
Are there any modifiers?
Just your dex and melee. He has an well, you have a -1 to well, that's unfortunate. I was gonna say you have a -1. Normally it'd be at least a -2, but I was giving you just a -1 since Ryan had him pinned down. But unfortunately, you miss a bit and you hit a little too far down.
Still has 1 success for damage, though.
But he was at a -1, so he's actually at 0 successes. So, yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't do much.
Well, the rest of you guys do something.
All right, I'm.
He's not too far from being taken care of, so don't
Carlotta's
necessarily be
gonna-
discouraged.
Carlotta's gonna try to grab the stick and stake him.
Bob is, or Victor is, just not used to doing his own dirty work. This is actually really difficult. He's not meant to be fighting for himself. So you're gonna go ahead. You're gonna try to grab the stake or the stick from him, and you're basically going to try to attempt the same thing that he did.
Yes, that's what I'm going to attempt.
Okay, and Bob or Victor, is Victor handing over the stick like willingly and all that?
Yeah, because I suck.
Okay, so I won't make you like roll anything special to get the stick. It's not like he fumbled or anything. He just didn't succeed. So you have the stick, and you can make that same roll. You're gonna roll a dex and a dex plus melee. It will also be at a -1 because you are attempting a called shot, essentially. But since Ryan has him held down well, it's not quite as hard as it might normally be. Okay, so I'm just gonna give it to you guys. You managed to stake him.
All right.
Yay, us.
So Carlotta grabs the stake from Victor and plunges it in his heart and pulls and pushes it home. She's kind of shocked. I guess she's somewhat going on adrenaline. But in any event, he's dead.
No, he isn't.
No.
He's staked. I would like to see.
Oh, well, he's staked. Sorry.
All right, hold on, everybody. Chill. So you succeed at just piercing his heart. I want you and Victor to now both roll melee and dex again, or I will allow you to substitute strength if you would like to fully stake him with this not super sharp branch.
Damn.
God damn it. Alright, so Carlotta's like, oh, I already put in a lot of effort and my feet are hurting. Like, come on. Victor, you take care of your problem.
I mean, even if they didn't stake him, how much damage have they just done with that branch?
I guess that's true. Yeah. So he's basically down to 1. But I'm gonna say you guys torp him. That's fine. Ryan found the like full rules for me, and technically you need to be able to do 5 points of damage. But at this point, like this dude's so weak, I'm gonna say that this is perfectly fine because that's probably more like if it's like a perfectly healthy vampire and you're trying to stake him, I think that makes sense. But for one that's on the brink of death, I feel like with you guys working together, you have finally done enough to actually stake this guy. So he's torped. He stops fighting and struggling. And so the only thing that you have is the crying man that Rick is cuddling. But he could probably be chased away pretty easily with how scared he is.
I slight 2 points of hunger off of this Ventru.
I'm sorry, that's right. You did say you wanted to do that, so you can go ahead and do that, but you're stopping, I'm assuming. Cool. So you know, drink the blood. It's delicious, especially compared to what you've been having recently. The beast is like rushing and running and jumping through your veins. This is delicious.
But it's not squirrel.
It's
Alright.
not.
And then I simply tear out the rest of the throat so that he dies. I want him ashes on the ground.
I'm gonna say you can just do that because he's torped. He's not. Like,
I know.
getting up.
That's why I just said this is what I'm doing.
And then Devil, since you didn't quite get a whole lot of attention during combat, I do because you are feeding. I think as long as you don't have a certain not background predator type, you can get like 1 or 2 points of. Well, I'd say probably because the squirrel is very small, a point of blood from it without killing it. And it's like this happy little feeling in your veins, like the beast is still hungry, but you caught the prey, and you are just happy to relish in being able to share this experience with your little squirrel friend.
Yeah. Gonna share it with my little squirrel friend, Tylee, and pet him and call him Steve. No.
So
Reginald. Reginald Nutkin the Third.
yes, that's exactly his name. I really like that one. So, you guys, you see Joseph take kind of a long drink, and like I said, like he said, he rips out the throat. The vampire, big meaty vampire, turns to ashes on the ground. The branch clatters down, and you all look at each other. Oh, actually, Rick, what are you doing with the other guy?
I kind of look at the ash, like about the guy. Well, that ended interestingly. So what do you think we should do with you now? We can't let you go.
I say we keep him. I bet he knows more than he's been telling you.
Oh, I
really
agree.
don't.
And if he doesn't, I do have a place on my roof that's the sun hits it just perfectly in the morning.
That'd be interesting.
Otherwise, you know, there are hunger issues. We could certainly satiate ourselves.
Either way, all of this has gone foobar for tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We will talk more about this, though, Victor.
You hear
Yeah.
sirens approaching.
I think we better make ourselves scarce, like, now.
I'm invisible.
That sounds good. Are we circling back to your place, Victor, or just heading home?
Yes, I believe back to my my home would be the best.
I'll drag the dude I have with me. I'll just drag him along.
I activate unseen passage.
So, you all scatter into the night. The police aren't fast enough to catch you. All they're left with is, reports of a scuffle in the alley. There's a garbage can that's knocked over and some power lines that have been disrupted and knocked out power to the neighborhood. But there's no clear sign of what you guys did. You scatter like rats into the night, but you're safe for now. And the night concludes.
I keep the squirrel.
You can.
I'm guessing we have our friend tied up somewhere.
Yeah, you can have him tied up in the guest house with you if you want. You all get 5 XP, and I'm gonna take noms. You guys can just submit them to me in a message, and I'll let the winner, or whatever we want to call it, I'll let them know. And for those who have been watching, this is the Story Speakers Guild, bringing you roleplay entertainment. I hope you've enjoyed your time with us for Saturday by Night. Again, don't forget, we're going to have the Extra Life Marathon coming up next weekend. Have all kinds of games, stuff you've never seen from us before, stuff you have seen before, side scenes for vampire, anthropomorphic dogs, kids on bikes, all kinds of things. So, tune in next week, and thanks for joining us.
Have a good
Well,
night,
say goodnight.
everyone.
Good night, all.
We love you.